Hello class, so for this video, we are going to discuss sets. No? So this is part of chapter 2 and ang focus natin for this chapter will be sets. No? The other topics are pretty self-explanatory already and the other topics naman, madidiscuss naman natin siya in the future chapters natin. So this is where I'm going to focus. So this is also a familiar concept for you guys. So kumbaga, we're just going to review it and para parehas tayo ng kumbaga equal footing tayo when it comes to this topic. So yeah, we're going to start with our discussion. So we have sets. So let us first define what sets are. So a set class or sets are simply a collection of objects. So kapag sinabi natin in the concept of mathematics or in the context of mathematics, we are sinabi natin yung word na set, then what we are referring to is a collection of objects. Now, yung objects na yon, in most cases, they could be number, they could be words, they could be letters, etc. Now, yung mga objects na yon, so we refer to them as elements or members of that set. So, syempre, yung isang set natin, may mga members yan and elements. So, yun yung tawag natin sa kanila. So, set is the collection of objects and yung laman natin na objects na sa loob, elements or members, yung tawag natin sa kanila. Some things about set that we need to know. So, if a set is finite and not too large, so kung hindi ganun kalaki yung set natin and the number of elements in our set ay hindi ganun kalaki, so we can describe it by listing the elements of it. So, for example, we have this equation, we have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, this is how we express our sets. So, ang ginagamit natin are capital letters to describe the name of the set. And then, yung laman ng set natin or yung members ng set natin, kinukulong natin sila with braces. Yan. So, angel braces, I think yung tawag dyan. So, kinukulong natin sila sa angel braces. Now, if the set daw is finite and not too large, we can list the elements of the set. In this case, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, this is set A made up of 4 elements. That's elements which are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, yung set natin, it's determined by its element and not by any particular order. So, ano ibig sabihin natin dito? So, ibig sabihin nito, class, is hindi importante kung ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng listahan dun sa set natin. No, as long as yung set natin ay same yung elements natin, then pwede nating pag-iba-ibahin yung position ng mga elements natin. So, example, yung set A natin kanina, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay lang din express natin siya in this manner. 1, 3, 4, and 2. Since the elements are the same, wala tayong pakialam with the sequence or the order, ito pa rin yung set natin earlier. Now, elements then in the set daw, they are assumed to be distinct. Meaning, if we can find any duplicates in our set, then hindi natin siya kino-consider as another element. It is just one single distinct element. So, for this reason, itong set A natin, pwede na natin siyang i-express ng ganito. Kahit dalawang beses lumabas yung 2 natin, wala yung problem. Because they are assumed to be distinct, meaning, ina-assume natin, iisa lang yung dalawa na to. This is just one single element. So, therefore, the number of elements is still 4 and the elements of this set A is still 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, what if naman kung yung set natin ay masyadong malaki yung laman? O kaya infinite yung laman ng set natin. So, pwedeng sobrang laki ng laman ng set natin, sobrang dami niyang elements. O kaya naman ay infinite yung laman ng set natin. So, you can do that. Maglilist tayo ng tinatawag natin na property. So, this is how we write it. We have B, tapos may braces tayo, and then X, pagkatapos a vertical bar. And then, our property. So, after nitong vertical bar, doon nilalagay natin yung property natin. In this case, the property is x is a positive even integer. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, class, your set P ay the set of all positive even numbers. So, ano yung laman ng set na yan? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. up to positive infinity. No, basta ang ating condition, it should be an even and a positive number. Now, how do we read this? No, paano natin siya binabasa? Yung vertical bar nating class, binabasa natin yan as such that. No? So, ibig sabihin, if we're going to read or kung paano natin binabasa tong notation na to, this is x or b is a set that is equal to x such that x is a positive even integer. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, as long as your x is a positive even integer, it's a member of your set B. So, ganun naman yung basa natin dyan. So, again, as I've mentioned earlier, the property na sinasabi natin, nilalagay natin siya after the vertical bar. Now, we also have some frequently occurring sets in mathematics, meaning ito yung madalas na natin ginagamit. And because madalas silang ginagamit in many applications, nilagyan na natin ng pangalan yung set nila. So, ibig sabihin, if you're going to name your sets, huwag mo nang gamitin tong Z, Q, and R because given na sila to a certain set that is frequently occurring in mathematics. So, ano yung mga set na yon? So, we have set Z. Yung set Z natin, it is the set of all integers. So, examples of members o any integer na positive or negative, pagka sinabi na, you take your answers from set Z. Ibig sabihin nun, your set, yung pool of answers that you're going to get are all integers. So, dun ka kukuha ng value. Next, we have rational numbers. For rational numbers, ang symbol naman natin ay Q. So, ano ba yung ano natin for rational numbers? Definition. Rational numbers are numbers that can be expressed as a ratio of two numbers. So in this case, negative 1/3, that's already a ratio, so that's a rational number. We also have 24/15. That's also a rational number. Now, sir, bakit yung 0? Kasama po siya as a rational number. Eh, hindi naman po siya fraction. Well, yung 0 class, you can express this as a fraction, no? Because 0 divided by any number, let's say 1, is also equal to 0. No? And this is a rational number. So, ganun din yung mga integers natin. Let's say, for example, positive 2. Positive 2 is also a rational number. Why? Because you can express this as 2/1. So, rational numbers or irrational numbers, yun yung mga numbers na hindi lang natin pwedeng i-express as a factor, as a ratio of two numbers. Ano ba example ng irrational numbers? Pi, E. No? These numbers are irrational. So, yung real numbers naman, that set R, yun na yun. It is the set of all real numbers. So, kasama integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, pi, etc. Kasama na lahat yun dito. So, therefore, ang mga possible elements niya is lahat ng ito. Ayun. So, these are the frequently occurring sets natin. In mathematical induction and in proving mathematical proofs, and laging extensively ginagamit natin to. So, sabihin nila, may condition sa'yo. Pagka, di ba, nagma-mathematical induction tayo, R is X, true, halimbawa, for the set of all integers or for set Z. No? So, kapag ganun yung tinutukoy natin, ibig sabihin, hinahanap sa'yo, ang pagkukuha mo ng value ng X is the set of all integers. So, ganun lang naman to. So, what we want to avoid, pag nagpapangalan tayo ng mga set natin, is itong mga symbols na to. No, imbes na yun yung mga letters na gamitin natin, gumamit na lang tayo ng iba na available. Yan. Now, also in set, we have this term, cardinality. So, let's say for example, you have a set X. Set X is a finite set. And we let yung X na may parang absolute value or vertical bar on both sides, this is the number of elements in our set X. Ang tawag natin dyan is the cardinality. So, kapag X lang, that's the set. Kapag X, tapos may bar sa gilid, then this is the cardinality already. And ano nga yung cardinality? Cardinality is the number of elements in our X. So, if the set ay walang laman, then ang tawag natin doon sa set na yon ay empty or null set. Now, yung null set natin, dinedenote natin siya with this one, this symbol. So, ibig sabihin yan, this is a set na walang laman. It's an empty set or a null set. So, given the description of a set X, such as that X is an element, so ito pa, another notation, no, or symbol na ginagamit natin sa set. So, given na meron ka daw isang set X, tapos you want to know if X is an element, or you want to express in a notation that X is an element or not an element of that set. So, how do we do that? We use this symbol. So, if we want to express a certain member as an element of a certain set, ito yung gamit natin. Parang epsilon, letter E. And then, kapag ka naman hindi siya member, this symbol. So, ano ibig sabihin nung yan? It is not an element. So, ito, ang ibig sabihin nito, pag binasa natin to, 3 is an element of set 1, 2, 3, 4. Kasi nakita natin, number 3 is an element of this set. Ano naman ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin naman nito is not an element. So, kasi makikita natin that 3 will not satisfy the condition or the property in our set na given. So, therefore, 3 is not an element of the set at which x, such as x, is a positive even integer. Because 3 is not a positive even integer. Hindi siya papasok dun sa property natin. So, therefore, this is not an element. So, those are two symbols na kailangan ay familiar din tayo. So, if x is an element of x, nire-write natin siya in that same manner. Kung ito kasi given yung set natin, di ba? So, pwede na x as an element of pwede natin isulat din that x is an element of x. Now, another thing that you need to take note, class, is kapag set name yung pinapangalanan natin, we use capital letters. No, uppercase letters. Capital. Now, kapag ka member ng set, ang ginagamit natin, lowercase. No? So, ang ginagamit natin for the set name, uppercase yung letters natin. Kapag element, small letter. So, ito yun. Ibig sabihin nito, x is an element of set x, and dito naman, x is not an element of set x. So, ganun lang yung ibig sabihin natin dyan. Ayan. So, that is like some of the basic concepts about set. This time around, we're going to investigate subsets. As the name suggests, subset. So, meaning, it's a subset. It's a set within a set. So, yun yung tinatawag natin na subset. So, ito yung formal definition natin. Suppose daw that you have two sets x and y. And if every element of set x is an element of set y, we can say that x is a subset of y. So, meaning, if you have two sets, let's say ito yung set natin, let's say this is your set y, and you have another set, set x, and lahat ng laman ng set x ay nasa loob ng y, then we can say that x is a subset of set y. Meaning, sa loob ng y, may isa pang set, and that is set x. So, that is what we mean by subset. How do we write it? We write it in this manner. Yan. Now, in subsets class, dalawa kasing symbol na ginagamit natin dito. So, this one, meron tayong underline sa ilalim. Ibig sabihin nung may underline sa ilalim, subset or equal. Kasi hindi naman natin alam, there's a possibility na lahat ng laman ng subset y ay nasa loob din ng subset x. So, in other words, so x is a subset of y if for every x, sa bawat laman ng set x natin, na element siya ng x, at yung x na yun ay element din ng y. So, yun yung ating condition for subset. Now, if x is not a subset of y and hindi sila equal na dalawa, ang tawag natin dun is proper subset. So, tinatanggalan natin yung equal. Ibig sabihin nito, merong elements ng y na wala sa x. Hindi sila equal na dalawa. So, if ganun yung case, ang tawag natin doon is a proper subset. And kapag proper subset, yung symbol natin, wala nang underline sa ilalim. It's just this one. Now, for the sake of the discussion, every time I'm going to mention subset, I'll be referring to proper subset, no? So, kapag sinabi kong subset, I'm most likely referring to a proper subset. So, meaning, hindi ko ina-assume or I'm not going to, it's not an assurance na pag sinabi kong subset ay equal sila. No. it's the other way around. So, pag sinabi nating subset, ina-assume natin that it is a proper subset and hindi equal yung dalawang set na kino-compare natin. So, tandaan yung mga symbols na ginagamit natin. No? So, para makakailang tandaan, we use capital letters for set, for names of sets. Tapos, we use lowercase letters for the members. We have this symbol. Ibig sabihin nito is an element. And kapag ka naman naka-cross out or naka-slash or may strike through tayo, it's not an element. Then we also have the vertical bar. This vertical bar means such that for the property. And if yung X natin or yung name ng set natin yung naka-vertical bar, then we are referring to cardinality. So, yun yung mga kailangan nating tandaan so far. Now, the set of all subsets, so proper or not, of a set X denoted by P of X, it is called the power set of X. So, if meron kang set ng lahat ng subsets mo, ayun, ang tawag natin doon ay power set. Tapos, ang dinedenote natin sa kanya is P of X. Ang ibig sabihin nito, power set of X. So, yun yung basa natin dito, power set of X. Now, how do we define the power set ba? So, if you can have all the possible combinations of the members of your certain set and gagawin mo silang isang set, yun yung power set. O, paano natin ipaliwanag through an example? Tingnan natin to. We have a set A daw, and set A is equal to A, B, and C. Diba? So, A, B, and C. So, may tatlo tayong members. Now, we can make multiple sets based from this one. Multiple subsets, diba? Based from these three elements. Pwedeng A lang. A is a subset, right? Because A is a member, this set, lahat ng members ng set na to, nandito sa loob ng A natin. Even this one, B, etc. You can also have combination ng dalawa, combination ng tatlo pala rather. We have this set na ang laman ay A and B. Yung set ay yung A and B natin, they are both members of set A. So therefore, it's also a subset. And so on and so forth. No? Also, we have the null set also. Because, kumbaga, null set is automatically a part, or null set is automatically a subset of your certain set. Now, because, for example, if you already have a null set, the only subset that you have is the null set. Now, so, ibig sabihin nun, all of these combinations, that will be your power set. So, therefore, yung P of X mo will be equal to this one. P of X po will be equal to the set of these sets. It's a set of sets. No? To be specific, anong klaseng set? Subsets. Now, everything or everyone on every set dito, there are proper subsets except for A. Why? Except for ABC. Because ABC is also equal to subset A. So, therefore, it's not a proper subset. Now, through the previous example, so, nakuha natin kanina, no? O, may bar tayo dito. So, ibig sabihin, ang tinatanong sa atin is the cardinality of set A. And for set A, we have 3 elements. So, therefore, the cardinality is 3. And kung napansin natin, kung bibilangin natin yung cardinality ng set A natin, that is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 sets. So, if we have 8 member sets in our power set, then therefore, the cardinality is 8. So, in general, the cardinality of the power set, this can be identified by this equation. So, hindi na natin kailangan bilangin. Paano kung masyado ng marami yung set A mo? So, you need the combination. So, to do that, you just have to substitute or that to this equation. Hindi na tayo mahihirapan. So, that is 2 raised to n. So, that's the cardinality of your power set. Wherein n is the number of the elements of the set at which you are going to get your power set. In this case, that's set A. And the cardinality of set A is 3. So, therefore, 2 cubed, that is equal to 8, which is the cardinality of your power set. So, ganun lang kadali. Ayan. So, let's try to answer the following exercises. So, at this point, you can pause the video and then try to answer. And then compare your answer mamaya. Okay, let's start with number 1. So, we have 2 sets. Equal daw ba si 1, 3, 2 kay 2, 3, 2, 1. So, this is true. Now, bakit true? Kahit na magkaiba or kahit na dalawang beses nabanggit yung 2 dito sa kabilang set, again, the members are assumed to be distinct. So, kahit na dalawang beses siyang binanggit dyan, our set is still equal to each other. Kasi same lang sila ng elements natin. Next, number 2. So, we have x such that x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Tapos, equal daw ba yan sa set 2 minus 3. So, for this one, binigyan tayo ng property for our x. And yung property natin is x squared, x daw, such that x squared plus x minus 6, yun yung set natin. So, ibig sabihin nito, kailangan yung laman ng set natin ay all x that can satisfy this equation. Kasi the roots, yung x natin ay yung x sa equation na binigay, which is x squared plus x minus 6. So, kung ganito yung case, how do we determine kung equal sila? So, tingnan natin yung nasa kabilang side. Ang nasa kabilang side natin is 2 and negative 3. So, ang tanong lang dito is, itong 2 and negative 3 ba, papasok ba siya sa condition or sa property natin dito sa nasa left side? So, kung mapapansin, if you substitute 2 and negative 3 doon sa equation natin, this equation will satisfy or this will be equal to 0. So, you have 4, you have 2 squared, that's 4, plus 2 minus 6, that's 0. We substitute negative 3, this is positive 9, minus 3, minus 6, so that's also 0. So therefore, number 2 is true because this 2 and negative 3 satisfies this property. Next, we have Z daw is a subset of Q. So again, our definition of subset is if lahat ng numbers natin or if lahat ng ating members of set Z ay member ng set Q, then this is true. Now, lahat pa ng integers are rational numbers because Z is the set of integers and Q is the set of rational numbers. So, is this true? This is true because all integers can be expressed as rational numbers. Also, number 4 is also true, obviously, because all rational numbers are real numbers. So, Q is a subset of R. This is also true. Next, number 5. So, sa number 5, again, we are given a property. And yung property natin is 3x, x such as 3x squared minus x minus 2 is a set is equal to 0, is a set daw or a subset of all integers. Now, ang tanong dito is this true or not? Now, paano natin malalaman kung true to? E, tingnan natin if all x such that 3x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0 are integers. Meaning, let's try to find the value of x dito. And if we do that, check natin kung integers yung makukuha natin. So, in this case, class, using the calculator, you can get that x, or pwede rin quadratic equation, maraming way, pero pwede na lang tayo mag-calcu. So, ang possible values ng x natin dito ay, let's say, x sub 1, that's positive 1, and x sub 2, that's negative 2/3. Now, tingnan na lang natin. Yung elements ba na to, 1, tsaka negative 2/3, are they positive integers, or are they part of the set of all integers? Ito, oo, yes. This is a member of set Z. How about negative 2/3? Is negative 2/3 a member of set Z? No. So, therefore, number 5 is false. So, ito pa lang yung false natin so far. Next, number 6. If D is equal to 25, 7, 43, the cardinality daw is 8. This is also true. Napatunayan na natin yan kanina. Given that the cardinality of our set is 2 raised to n. And in this case, our n, the number of elements in our original set, is 3. So, 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. And lastly, number 7. Yung C daw natin is 1, 7, 3, 4, 7. The cardinality of C daw is 32. So again, our solution for this one is 2 raised to n lang. So that is the cardinality of your power set C. Now, ilan yung number ng elements natin? So, sa unang tingin, malilito tayo because what we can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But napansin natin, dalawang beses nag-occur yung 7. Hindi ba kapag ka ganun, they are assumed to be distinct. So, dapat magkasama lang sila. So, dapat wala na yung isa. So, in total, the number of the members of this set are only 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, therefore, our n is equal to 4. So, let us now try to substitute that. That's 2 raised to 4. So, 2 raised to 4, so that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's just 16 and not 32. So, therefore, number 7 is also false. Ayan. So, ganun lang. Dali lang, di ba? Ayan. So, that is our exercises pagdating sa mga definition ng ating sets. Definitions and other terms na diniscuss natin sa sets. Ayan. Now, for this part, we will now be proceeding with set operations. So, set operations, ito lang naman. That's the name suggests mga operations na ginagawa natin or that we can perform if you have multiple sets. So, in this case, to explain this one, meron tayong dalawang set. That's set X and Y. And we will use these two sets to explain the possible operations or all the possible set operations that we can do. So, the first operation natin is yung tinatawag natin na union. No? The union of two sets. So, as the name suggests, the union consists of all elements belonging to either X or Y or both. So, pag pinagsama mo yung dalawang set, yung lahat ng members nila, pag pinagsama-sama mo, that is the union of those two sets. It doesn't matter if the set have similar members or not. Basta pagka pinag-union mo sila, the new set that you will form will consist of all the elements of both X and Y. So this is our mathematical definition for that. We have X such that X. So kumbaga no, the X union Y. This is our symbol for union no. X such that kahit anong X ay parte ng set na to as long as that X is a member of X or take note no, it's or. X is also a member of Y. So, take note, pag or yung ginamit natin, pwedeng oo, pwedeng hindi. Yun yung tinutukoy natin dito. So, ibig sabihin dito, kailangan either lang sa dalawang to yung mas-substitute, mas-satisfy mo. Either it's a member of set X or it's a member of set Y. So, that is the union operation. Next is we have the intersection. So, the intersection naman consists of all elements belonging to both X and Y. So, pag magkasama, silang dalawa. Now, ang symbol natin na ginagamit for intersection is this one. So, how do we define this? So, yung X intersection Y, it is the set of X such that X is an element of X and an element of Y. So, ibig sabihin nito, the intersection are the members ng both X and Y ay member sila. Nakita nyo ang ginamit natin dito ay N. So meaning, in order for your X to be a part of this set, kailangan masatisfy niya both these two equations. So that is our intersection. Next is we have the difference or the relative complement. So the difference consists of elements in X that are not in Y naman. So parang nagmaminus talaga tayo. So in this case, the members nga lang yung pinagmaminus natin. So if set X daw minus Y, then yung X natin will be the set or will be ang members natin for that set ay X such that X is an element of X but not an element of Y. So ano yung laman ng X? Minus mo lahat ng laman ng Y. So kung may kamuka si X at si Y, tatanggalin mo yon. Ang matitira na lang yung purely na kay X lang. So, kaya tinatawag din natin siyang relative complement, no? Because tinatanggal, kasi if you combine the relative complement with your set, no, na pinanggalingan mo, you will form or they will complete each other, ganun. You will form the union. So, let's try these exercises quickly. So, we have, again, you can pause the video and then try nyo mamaya kung makukuha natin yung same answers. So, we have A is equal to 1, 3, 5 and B is equal to 4, 5, 6. Find the following. A union B. So, yung A union B ay yung kapag pinagsama-sama natin lahat ng elements ng A and B. So, and that is, we have 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, yung 5, hindi na natin inulit kasi nga, distinct naman sila. Next, A intersection B. So, meaning, all elements of A na elements din of B. So, ano lang yung similar or parehas nasa A at parehas nasa B? So, that is 5. So, therefore, the intersection of A and B is 5. Next, A minus B. So, ibig sabihin nito, lahat ng elements ng A na wala sa B. In this case, that is, meron tayong 5 dito. So, that is just 1 and 3. So, A minus B is just 1 and 3. And lastly, we have B minus A. So, kung B minus A, lahat ng element ng B na wala sa A. And yung wala, ang meron lang sa B na similar sila is 5. So, therefore, that is 4 and 6. Now, what do we want to emphasize here in this exercise also? That is that this process is not commutative. Hindi natin sila pwedeng pagpalitin. A minus B is not equal to your B minus A. The operation is not commutative. Yan. Next naman, di-discuss natin is the universal set. Ayan, narinig na rin natin to sigurado. When we say universal set, this is the set of all sets and this is the universe na tinatawag natin. So, kung lahat ng subset natin ay part ng isang malaking set, ang tawag natin doon is the universal set. No? So, ang pinapangalan natin sa kanya ay set U naman. So, wag na rin natin gagamitin tong U, no, for naming our sets because this is what we call our universal set. So, the set U must be explicitly given or inferred from the context then. I mean, what we say in this one is dapat pinibigay yung universal set natin. Bawa, sasabihin, the universal set or the total number of participants is 500. That's your universal set. The total population is ganito. That is your universe. So, given a universal set and the subset X of U, the set U minus X is called the complement of X. And is written as this one. Ano ba yung sabihin natin ng complement? Kaya nga complement yung tawag. Kung napansin ng comple, no, hindi complete. Kasi pag complement, yun yung, ang ganda mo naman, ang bait mo naman. That's a compliment. But this one is comple, no? As in, yun yung spelling comple. Pero complement din kasi yung basa dito. Comple. Meaning, you complete ba, no? So, if, let's say for example, you have a subset X ng iyong universe. So, ano yung kukumpleto sa subset X para mabuo niya yung universe? Ayan. Iyon yung complement of X. So, how do we define the complement of X? It's just the name of the set, tapos may bar sa ibabaw. So, X bar. So, yun yung natatawag natin minsan X bar. So, X, tapos yung X bar, they are the complement of each other. Why? Because pag pinagsama mo sila, you will form the universal set. No? If you X, union mo yan sa X, X bar, you will get the universal set. So, that's why yun yung tawag natin sa kanya, complement. Next, we have let daw A, B, 1, 3, and 5. So, if U, a universal set, specified as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the complement of A is 2 and 4. Remember, ano ba yung definition ng complement? It's the universal set minus your set. This is your complement. So, lahat ng members ng universe mo na wala sa A, that's your complement. In this case, if your universal set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ang wala lang sa set A ay 2 and 4. Kasi meron kang 1, 3, and 5. Ano lang yung wala? 2 and 4. So, that is why that is the complement. So, yung complement ng A mo is equal to 2 and 4. So, take note that on this one, the complement of a set, it depends on the universe which we are working. So, kung iniba natin yung set U natin or yung universal set natin is pinalitan natin ng iba, mag-iiba rin, of course, yung complement natin. Ayan. So, that is the universal set. Now na ang dami na nating alam about sets, no? Pwede na nating i-discuss ngayon yung Venn diagram. So, what are Venn diagrams ba? So, review na lang to ulit, no? Venn diagrams, they provide pictorial view of sets. So, ang ginagawa natin dito, yung rectangle natin or yung universal set natin, rectangle yung ginagamit natin sa kanya. Tapos, yung mga subsets naman natin, we draw them as circles naman. Ayan. So, ganun yung ginagawa natin. Now, these are the example of Venn diagram. In this case, we have the universal set U, yun yung rectangle natin. And then we have two subsets A and B. Now, using a Venn diagram, we can also show the set operations. So in this case, hinati natin sa apat na region yung ating Venn diagram. We have region 1, region 2, region 3, and region 4. Now for this class, unahin natin yung region 2 muna. No, yung region 2 natin is this part. Now, itong region na to, class, this is the set of A minus B. Why? Because yung elements na nasa loob ng set ng region 2 natin are all elements of A na wala sa set B. Now, itong buong circle na to, this is your set A. So, sabihin nun, the set of the region 2 and region 3 combined, that is your set A. But region 2 alone, that is all members of A na wala sa B. So, that is your A minus B. Next, we have region 4 naman. Ganun yung gagawin kong sequence para organize tayo. Next, we have yung region 4 naman. Yung region 4 naman is ito yon, yung kinukulayan ko ngayon. Now, yung kinukulayan ko na yun ngayong class, that is the members of set B na wala sa set A. So, therefore, from our set operations, this is defined as our B minus A. Next, we have set 3. Yung set 3 naman nating class, kung mapapansin nyo, that is all the members that are both members of A and members of B. That is our set 3. And yung definition yun, that is the definition of intersection. So that is why region 3, it represents the A intersection B. And lastly, we have the region 1. Ano naman tong region 1 natin? Ito yung region 1 natin, nasa labas, di ba? So yan. So kung mapapansin natin, itong region 1 nating class, ang laman niya ay lahat ng hindi X tsaka lahat ng hindi Y. Ay lahat ng hindi A tsaka lahat ng hindi B. So how do we name this one? Paano natin siya i-represent in terms of sets? So kung napansin natin, yung hindi ko na shade na part, that is the union of A and B. Diba? Because itong regions 2, 3, and 4, kapag pinagsama-sama mo yan, that is the set of the union of A and B. The set of all elements of A and all elements of B. So, yun yung region na to. So, we can define that as this region, we can define this as our A union B. Mali pa ako ng symbol. Ayan, para tama natin. That's A union B. Ayan, this is itong pula naman. Nalagyan ko ng pula. Now, if you want to take the yellow na part, which is your region 1, what we can do is simply invert this one or take the complement. Because if we take the complement of the union of A and B, you will get all that is outside this union, which is yung yellow part natin. No? So, meaning, itong region 1 nating class, we can define this or name it as A union B or complement of A union B. So, ganun na lang class yung pag-name natin. Okay, some exercises. So, identify daw the equations of the shaded regions. Shaded. So, yung may shade, ano yung kanilang equation, no? So, of course, we will be needing to use the pangalan nito, the set operations natin. So, let's start with number 1. So sa number 1 natin, ano yung combination ng shaded part natin? Yun yung concern natin. So makikita natin, ito yung nasa labas plus yung intersection ng A tsaka ng B natin. So therefore, what we can do here is just find the equation of the shaded region. Ito pangalanan ko, let's say ito yung region 1, and i-union natin siya dito sa shaded region 2 natin. So ganun lang. So ano muna yung region 1? So napangalanan natin to kanina, no? This is A union B complement. 'Di ba? So next, ang kailangan lang natin is i-union siya dito sa shaded region 2. Now, ano yung shaded region 2 natin? That is the intersection of A and B. So, A intersection B. So, ito na ngayong class yung pangalan ng equation natin for the shaded region. Next, number 2. So, for number 2, so we can write this in multiple manners, no? Marami tayong paraan para isulat to. So, but ano yung mga pwede nating way para gawin siya. So for this one, ang shaded or ang hindi lang shaded is itong area na to. 'Di ba? So ang pwede nating gawin in this case is kunin na lang natin itong area na to, ano yung equation niyan. Pagkatapos, invert na lang natin siya. Kunin na lang natin yung complement. So ano ba yung pangalan nito? This is A minus B because yung elements nito are all elements that are not in B. Now, kunin natin yung complement nito ngayon because if we take the complement of this one, that is all members of the universal set that is not in this shaded area. That is not in this area, A minus B. So, for number 2, our answer is simply A minus B complement. No? Because this is your A minus B. And if you take the complement, it's all area na hindi kasama to. Ano yun? Di yung natirang shaded region. So therefore, that's A minus B na complement. Next, we have number 3. So for number 3, napakadali. The shaded area is just set B. Next, we have number 4. So yung number 4 natin, ang shaded area natin is this one and this one also. So paano natin yan papangalanan? O titingnan natin, ano yung pangalan nitong set na to? This is your set A minus B. Diba? And itong shaded region na to, this is your B minus A. So what we can do here is i-union na lang natin silang dalawa. So that is A minus B. Ito ko nang sulat, masikip eh. A minus B union B minus A. Ayan. So, yun na ngayon class yung ating equation for this one. So, marami pa, no? Pwede pa natin itong isulat in a different manner. How? Gawin natin, kunin natin yung equation ng puti. Diba? Tapos, i-invert natin. Pwede rin yun. Katulad ng ginawa natin sa number 2. So, that's also a possibility. Pwede rin natin yung gawin sa number 1. Kunin natin yung puti, pagkatapos kunin natin yung complement niya. So, marami tayong paraan din on how to write this. But, ayun, either naman is tatama, but this is one of the possible answers natin. So, at this point, you can pause the video and try to take a different equation, no, for the shaded area. Na ang technique na gagawin natin, kukunin natin yung puti, tapos i-complement natin. Same sa process na ginawa natin sa number 2. Ayan, next, let's have another problem with regards to the Venn diagram, or a problem that we can solve using the Venn diagram. So, familiar na rin siguro sa inyo to. We have a survey daw of 500 students taking one or more courses in algebra, physics, and statistics during one semester revealed the following number of students in indicated subject: algebra 329, algebra and physics 83, physics 186, yung both algebra and statistics, that's 217, statistics, that's 295, physics and statistics, that's 63. So ang tanong daw is how many students were taking all of these subjects. So ano ba yung kailangan nating tandaan muna dito? We need to be careful with the wordings na ginamit natin. Ang sabi sa problem, one or more. So pwede na yung isang estudyante sa 500 na students na to na sinurvey natin, hindi specified kung sila ba ay isang subject lang kinuha. Pwede na multiple subjects yung kinuha nila. So maaari na may mga estudyante na isa lang yung kinuhang subject, sa tatlo, pwedeng dalawa, or pwedeng lahat ng subjects ay kinuha nila. So, yun yung magpapakomplikado ng ating problem. Kasi hindi naman yan na, yung 329 na to, algebra lang kinuha niyan, hindi na kumuha ng physics at statistics yan. Hindi ganun yung sabi sa problem. So, meaning, itong 329 na to, there's a possibility na lahat ng 329 ay kumuha din ng ibang subject. No? So, hindi necessarily na algebra lang yung kinuha nila. Meron lang silang algebra, pero hindi natin alam kung may physics or statistics sila. So, ganun din with the other given. Ganun sa physics din. 186. Hindi natin alam kung dyan sa 186 na yan, ilan yung kumuha ng statistics tsaka ng algebra din. Alam lang natin, total ng lahat ng nag-physics, 186. Pati ito, kumuha ng algebra and physics, 83 daw. Sa 83 na yan, hindi naman natin alam kung yung kumuha ng algebra and physics na yan ay kumuha din ng statistics. Diba? So, yung nagpapakomplikado ng problem natin. Kasi hindi siya specific na, ito lang yung kinuha nila. So, ano yung kailangan natin gawin with this one? We can use Venn diagram to solve this. So, how do we solve this using Venn diagram? So, nilagay ko yung given natin. Again, ang hinahanap are the number of students na kinuha lahat ng subject. So, what we can do here is, ang universe natin therefore are yung buong 500 students natin. And then, let's have 3 subsets. So, 3 circles tayo. That's 1 for algebra, 1 for physics, and 1 for statistics. Now, ang ginawa natin with our Venn diagram, we have portion at which nag-intersect lahat ng tatlong subsets natin. So, ganun yung ginawa natin because there's a possibility na yung sa 500 students na yon, 3 subjects yung meron sila. Now, how do we solve this? So, ang ginagawa nating class is kung ano yung unknown natin. In this case, the simplest na pwede nating i-define using one symbol is the middle part. So, itong gitna na to. So, pangalanan natin yung gitna na yan as x. Total, yan din naman yung hinahanap natin. The total number of students na tinake yung tatlong subjects. Now, using the following information, we can now fill up the other regions in our Venn diagram. So, ano yung mga pwede nating gamitin? So, mula loob, palabas tayo. So, ganun lang yung ginagawa naman natin. Mula sa loob, palabas tayo. So, tingnan natin. Itong region na to, class, yung buong bilog na to, these are the students taking algebra. Now, itong another circle na to, it's all the students taking physics. Now, the intersection of these two Venn diagram, which is this part, ayan, then those are the students that are both taking physics and algebra. So, pagsasamahin natin ngayon yun. Ilan yung students that are taking both physics and algebra? That's 83. Diba? So, now, ang tanong, 83 ba na yun ay itong part lang na to? Or buo nitong dalawa? Well, buo yan. Kasi diba again, dun sa 83 na yun na nagtitake ng algebra and physics, hindi naman sinabi sa atin kung ilan yung doon yung nagtitake din ng statistics. So, therefore, yung 83 is yung buong to. So, kung gusto mong kunin yung region lang na to, then kailangan gamitin natin tong x na to. If this whole region is 83, then therefore, this is 83 minus x. Next, kunin natin yung sa next side naman. We have algebra and statistics. So, tama ba? Yung ba yung sinunod ko? Burahin ko na to kasi sinunod ko naman yan. Ayan, physics and statistics pala muna. So, yung physics and statistics natin, this whole area, this whole region ng ating Venn diagram, the intersection of physics and statistics, that is the 63 students. Itong buong to. So, if you want to take only this part, then that is 63 minus x naman. Next, we have students taking algebra and statistics. So, ito yon, the intersection of statistics and algebra, itong buong to. Now, ilan yung students ngayon at this point na algebra and statistics lang yung kinukuha pero walang physics? So, that is 217 minus x. So, nakita, itong nasa gitna natin, these are the students taking algebra, physics, and also statistics. Itong 63 minus x natin, those are the students that are just taking physics and statistics lang. Wala silang algebra. Ito rin, yung 83 minus x, those are the students that are taking only algebra and physics and not statistics. And yung 270 natin, minus x, that is the students or those are the students taking algebra and statistics but not physics. So next, palabas na tayo. Nakompleto na natin yung region sa loob. How about itong region na to sa labas? So how do we complete that? Now, ang sabi dito, sa algebra daw, we have 329 students. Now, yung 329 students na yung class, ito yung buong bilog na yun. Diba? So, that's 329. So, kung ang gusto mong makuha is only this region na hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung kanyang equation or expression for that, then ima-minus lang natin lahat ng tatlong to. No? So, dun sa 329, makukuha na natin to. So, therefore, the equation for this part or the expression for this part is 329 minus yung 83 minus x minus 217 minus x minus x. So, ibig sabihin ang makukuha na lang natin is this area, which are the students taking only algebra. Walang physics, walang statistics. So, ganun din yung gagawin natin for the other parts. We have, for physics, total of 186 students. So, that's minus 83 minus x minus 63 minus x minus x. So, take note, yung parenthesis, no, kapag nag-evaluate tayo dyan, kailangan kasama talaga yan. And lastly, for statistics, that's 295 minus 217 with this portion, minus x, minus 63 minus x, minus x. So, na-fill up na natin yung bawat region dun sa na-form natin na Venn diagram. Now, ano ngayon yung gagawin natin dyan? Oh, we can make an equation now. Anong equation yung gagamitin natin? In the information, the problem given earlier, remember that the total number of students daw are 500. So, kung 500 yung total number ng students natin, then, if we equate each region, yung bawat region na to 500, we can have an equation na x lang yung unknown. And that is where we can find the value of x. So, ganun klase yung gagawin natin. We equate or we add each region. We have the region, this region, plus this one, 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 plus this one. So, ganun lang yung gagawin natin. Tapos, equate natin sa 500. And we can now get the number of students who are taking all 3 subjects. So, sample. Or how do we do that pala? Gawin na natin. So, ito yung equation natin. Medyo mahaba lang siyang isulat. So, we have 329 minus 217 minus x minus 83 minus x minus x. So, ito, this one, ito yan. This region. Next, plus 186 minus 83 minus x minus 63 minus x minus x. Tingnan ko kung maiba ko yung color, no? Ayan. Ito naman is this region. Ayan. Next, we have 295 minus 217 minus x minus 63 minus x minus x. So, ito naman is this region. Ayan. Next, hindi kinasama yung minus x. Next is yung 83 minus x. So, ito yon. Tapos, we have, maubusan ako ng kulay yata. We have 217 minus x. This is this part. We have 63 minus x. Ito naman yon. And lastly, we have minus plus x. Ito naman yon. This region. Ayan. So, inad lang natin sila. Inad natin tong portion na to, na yellow, yung orange, yung red, yung blue, yung light blue, yung purple, and yung green. And then inequate natin sa 500. So if we calculate this, no, use our calculators, we will arrive at x is equal to 53. So therefore, the number of students taking all three subjects is 53. So, sa Venn diagram na to, 53 yung laman nito. Yun lang ibig sabihin natin dyan. Now, if papatanong na rin sa'yo, sir, ilan po yung estudyante na algebra and physics lang yung tinitake? At pwede na rin nating makuha. No? Yung algebra and physics lang yung tinitake, that's 53 minus, that's 83 minus 53. So, that is 30. No? And if itatanong din sa'yo, ilan yung algebra lang yung kinukuha, you now have the value of x, you can also get this one. Yun. So, ganun lang yung pagsasolve ng mga gantong klase ng problems using Venn diagram. Yan. So, proceed na tayo with our next na problem or next na part of the discussion. So, we're going to discuss properties of sets. Ayan. So, ito yung different properties of sets, no? Ang given natin is we have three sets A, B, and C. Subset sila ng universal set U. So, we have first one, we have the associative loss. So, yung associative loss natin is if you have operations now, such as this one, you have A union B, union C. This is also equal to A union B, union C. Meaning, pwedeng unahin mong mag-union yung A and B, tapos saka mo i-union yung C. It is also possible and you will get the same set or same answer if you union muna yung B and C before you union it to A. So, ganun din, this applies for intersection also. Pwedeng A intersection B muna, tapos tsaka ka mag-intersection C, or B intersection C muna, tsaka ka mag-intersection A. Next, we have the commutative loss. So, commutative, similar lang to, no? Yung mga properties ng sa math, similar lang siya. So, A union B, that is also equal to B union A. So, kahit pagpalitin natin sila ng pwesto, as long as same ng operation, wala tayong problem dyan. Ganun din, A union B, A intersection B, that's also equal to B intersection A. Next, we have the distributive loss. Parang multiplication, kumbaga. If you have A union B union C, this can also be equal to A union B, A intersection B, union A intersection C. So, parang pwede mo siyang i-distribute na ganun. So, magiging A union B, A intersection B, union A intersection C. So, kung union and then intersection, pwede rin yun. So, distribute lang. So, we have A union B intersection A union C. That's also equal to A union B union C. Next, we have identity loss. Ito yung ito yung kapag nag-multiply tayo sa 0, no? Yun yung parang katumbas nito sa sets. So, if you union A with the null set, the answer is still A. And if you union A with the null set, if you intersect A with the null set, the answer is the null set. Next, we have complement loss with regards to the inverses. Operations with regards to the inverses. So, A union with your complement, so that's equal to the universal set. And A intersection with your complement, syempre wala kayong common element sa isa't isa, di ba? So, therefore, the answer is the null set. Now, idempotent loss, ito naman yung multiplying with itself, kumbaga. So, A union A, that's still equal to A, and A intersection A, that is equal to A naman. Now, we have the bound loss. Ito naman is when it comes to the boundaries or sagad, which is our universal set and our null set. So, operations with those boundaries, kumbaga. So, A union U, so obviously, that's your universal set. And A intersection with the null set, that's also a null set. Nakita rin naman natin yung sa identity loss. Next, we have the absorption law. Ano yung absorption law natin? So, ito siya. So, A union, A intersection B daw, that is also equal to A. So, take note, A intersection B ay all elements of A also. Diba? And if you union all elements of A with all elements of A, if you union some elements of A with all elements of A, then that is just also equal to A. Another one is this one. So A intersection A union B. So this is still equal to A because A union B will all have elements of A. So that's simply like saying na nag-intersect ka with the whole A. No? So kaya it is also equal to A pa din. Next, we have the involution law. Ito naman yung double negative kumbaga natin dito. Ganun. So, A, pag binar natin, double bar, then ibig sabihin nun, it's already positive. No? Parang, positive. It's already not the complement. Parang double complement, double negative. Ganun yung tinutukoy natin dito. 0-1 loss, ano lang to? Some identity kumbaga, no? If ang null set mo ay the universal set, then your universal set is also null. Walang laman. So, ganun lang. And lastly, this is the De Morgan's law for sets. Ginagamit din natin to for logic, but for sets, this is the notation. And we will extensively use this in proving if two sets are equal. We have the complement daw of A union B is equal to the complement of A intersection the complement of B. So if isang expression mo, may operation, nakabar sila, pwede mong pag silang tanggalin sa pagkakabar. How? You invert the operation from union, gawin mong intersection, and then yung bar natin is i-distribute mo sa kanilang dalawa. So that is De Morgan's law for sets. So ganun din, if you have A intersection B naka-complement, kung gusto mong tanggalin yung bar nila sa taas, ang gagawin mo is first invert the operation from intersection, gawin nating union. And then i-distribute natin yung bar sa A at sa B. So ito siya. So that is the De Morgan's law for sets. Ayan. So, exercises. True or false daw. Let's try to prove our answer. So, meaning, maglagay tayo ng solution. So, for number 1, we have the complement of A complement union B. Is that equal daw ba sa A complement intersection B? So, how do we do this? Let's simplify using the properties na meron tayo kanina. I-apply lang natin sila. So, the first one that we can apply this one, actually, mostly for this for everything, no? For all numbers, kailangan lang natin i-apply De Morgan's. And then, apply lang natin kung ano pa yung mga alam nating properties na mag-fit to check kung mag-i-equal ba sila or hindi. So, for this one, let's apply De Morgan's law dito. So, if we will apply De Morgan's law, first thing that we will do is i-invert muna natin to. So, this will become intersection. And then, we distribute the negative sign. Or the complement pala, the bar. So, this will be A, double bar, and B bar. If we simplify this one, this will become A, ano lang to? Involution, double complement. So, that's, tanggal na yung pagka-complement niya. Intersection, B bar. So, kung gato yung case class, ano mangyari? Are they equal to each other? No. So, for number 1, they are not equal. So, this is false, rather. Next, number 2, let's also apply the De Morgan's theorem for this one. So, in the De Morgan's natin to, this will be union, and this will be bar, and this is A bar. So, ito ngayon yung kakalabasan natin. We have A intersection, B bar, union, A bar. Now, what is A union, A bar? So, A union, A bar. So, lahat ng A, tapos i-union mo sa lahat ng hindi A, tapos lahat ng hindi B. Ano? Lahat ng, sulat natin dito, para hindi tayo malito. So, we have A intersection, B bar, union, A bar. Ayan. So, in this case, class, actually, ang pwede natin gawin for this one is mag-distributive law tayo. So, distribute natin na ganito. So, let's try to do that. We have A intersection B bar union. Nagkamali na naman ako. Nalalagay kong letter U kasi syempre ginagamit natin yung universal set. So, ayan. So, A intersection B bar union ng A intersection A bar. So, next, we have, ito, maintain lang natin to, A, union, B bar, wala tayong kailangan gawin dyan. Union, what is A intersection A bar? So, this is null set. Diba? Because there's no intersection si A tsaka si A bar. Next, A intersection B bar, union natin with your null set. Then that is also equal to A intersection B bar. And ang napansin natin, they are equal. So therefore, this is true. Next, number 3. Now for number 3, we have B intersection complement of B bar intersection A. Equal daw ba sila sa B union B intersection A? So how do we solve this? O ganun lang din, gawin lang natin yung ginawa natin kanina. Actually for this one, we can ang tawag dito, pwede nating sabayin yung pagso-solve both sides. Tingnan natin yung tingnan natin siya from one side and then tingnan natin from another side. But for this one, let's try muna itong nasa left side natin. Let's simplify the left side. So we have B intersection. Let's apply De Morgan's theorem. So we will have B double prime. Union na ngayon yung operation. Tapos A bar. No? So yan na yung ano natin. So this will become B union B union A bar. Now, is B intersection B union A bar equal sa B union B intersection A? So, not. But they are not equal. So, this is not equal with B union B intersection A. So, therefore, false yung number 3 natin. And lastly, we have number 4. We have A bar union complement of B intersection A bar. So, De Morgan's theorem muna tayo. We have A bar union. De Morgan's natin to. This will be B bar. Union na yung operation natin. A double bar. So, this is A bar union B bar union A. Now, kung mapapansin natin dito, A union B bar is A union B bar lang naman. But, again, ang pwede natin gawin dito, class, is mag-ano na lang tayo mag-associative na lang or associative, no? Kasi kung napansin nyo, class, pwede naman na, ang unahin nating class is A bar union A. Diba? Pwede na, ang unahin natin is A bar union A instead of B bar union A. So, tapos, saka natin union sa B bar. But take note, class, A bar union A, this is already equal to your universal set U. So, universal set U, union mo yan sa kahit anong set, you will get your universe. So, that is just equal to U. So, therefore, U lang yung answer natin dito. So, this is also true. Yan. So, that is how we apply the properties of sets in trying to prove if two sets are equal to each other or two expressions or two sides are equal to each other. So, ganun lang. Apply lang talaga. Tapos, tingnan natin kung mag-i-equal sila. Ayan. So, that is it for our discussion with sets. But before that, we're going to have a little information then about what we call as ordered pairs. So, ordered pairs kasi, this is a pair of numbers. It is expressed like a set. However, order is taken into account. Remember that in sets, one of the definitions that we gave earlier is that we don't care of the chronological order or of the order itself, no, of the elements of the set. Now, if you want to create a set wherein may yung sequence is importante sa'yo. So, pwedeng ordered pair yung gamitin natin, no? So, ito nga yung class, yung expression natin for the ordered pair. Kung sa set, braces yung gamit natin, sa ordered pair, it's parenthesis. So, in this case, this is an ordered pair, A and B yung laman nila. And yung A and B natin, hindi natin sila pwedeng pagpalitin. So, if X and Y are sets daw, and we let X cross, ang tawag natin dito sa operation na to, X cross Y, denote the set of all ordered pairs XY, where X is an element of X and Y is an element of y. So, yung tawag natin sa operation na to is cross or Cartesian product. So, combination kumbaga. So, x sub 1, x sub, y sub 1, etc. and so on and so forth. Lahat ng members ng x and lahat ng members ng y. So, ano yung mapapansin natin dito? This is how we actually express our points in a Cartesian plane. Diba? Because, diba, if you have, kung nag-calculus na kayo, ayun, isang section lang kasi yung, sa lahat ng MMW ko kasi, isa lang yung hawak ko na may calculus din. No? So, dun sa naging estudyante ko na, yun, di ba na-discuss natin in functions that the functions pala, they're actually a special set of ordered pairs. No? Because those are values of x and y, di ba? Two values, values of two variables, kumbaga. So, ordered pair yung tawag natin doon. So, ito yung some examples, no, ng Cartesian product or cross product natin. If you have two sets, let's say yung x natin, ang laman niya ay 1, 2, 3, and yung y natin, ang laman niya ay a and b, then we can express the Cartesian product as follows. We have x cross y, so that is x, bawat element ng x. Kung ano yung nauna, that's the first element in your ordered pair. Tapos, i-combine mo siya with each element of y. So, kumbaga, 1 and a, 1 and b. Those are two ordered pairs natin. And those are members of your set x cross y. So, in that case, that's 1a and 1b. And then, tuloy natin, that's 2a, 2b, 3a, 3b. Now, hindi natin pwedeng pagpalitan niya na a, 2. No, hindi ganon. Because, ano tayo dito? Ordered pair tayo. Next, we have y cross y. Y cross x pala. Ayan, y cross x. So, that's a muna, y muna yung mauna sa ordered pair natin. So, mahalaga yung sequence talaga. So, that's a1, a2, a3, and then b1, b2, b3. Next, x cross x. So, x, Cartesian product with itself. O, ganun lang. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 3. So, yun nga yung class, yung 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. Again, the order matters. So, ito ngayon yung laman ng set natin. Next, y cross y. So, ganun din. A, A, B, B. B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B, B. So, those are the elements of y cross y. Yun. So, yun yung ating ordered pair. Now, for the cardinality of our ordered pair, you simply multiply the cardinality of A of your first set with the cardinality of your other set. So, kung napansin natin, our example earlier, we have, ang cardinality ng x natin is 3. Ang cardinality ng y natin is 2. So, to get the number of to get the cardinality of x cross y, i-multiply lang natin yung cardinality nilang dalawa, respectively. So, that's 3 times 2, that's 6. So, that is why we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements for the Cartesian product of sets x and y. So, pwede rin natin siyang gawa ng gantong 3 para mas madali yung visualization natin and pag-identify sa kung ilan yung kung ano-ano yung mga members or ano-ano yung mga ordered pairs natin. Ayan. So, that is it for our discussion. So, I'll be giving an exercises. If you have questions or concerns, you may ask me in our Messenger GC. That is all.